My name is Debbie Gallant. I am a compassionate mental health leader warrior of the Facebook group Mental Health Matters Fear Less, Love More. This group is an amazing group, and through this group, I met Shauna Morgan, who is the founder and creator of Caring with Kindness. She is an amazing woman who has created a beautiful concept, and I'm excited to be a part of her journey with her going forward. I see this organization going worldwide because it's about giving and receiving, and everyone has a purpose. Everyone is needed in some way or other. We all matter and we're all equal. So I just wanted to touch base with all of you and share the meaning and the purpose behind caring with kindness. Many of us are challenged with performing the daily chores and errands that consume a large part of our lives. Though these may be considered simple tasks, they can be overwhelming to tackle. If these chores are not done, they have an unhealthy effect on individuals who lead a busy life, have a disability, are in their final stages of pregnancy, or perhaps people recovering from operations, full-time family caregivers, seniors, career people, or a loved one who is not available to look after a family member. If the daily chores and errands were done for them by qualified, caring, and kind, compassionate people, their stress level would decrease, which frees up their time to enjoy leisure activities with their loved ones. In every community, there is a large population of mature, able, and responsible people who are unemployed due to the younger generation being hired with academic degrees. These unemployed individuals are skilled, have compassion, are accountable, reliable, and trustworthy. They know how to care for children, parents, and pets. They know how to cook, clean, do yard and garden work, run errands, be a companion, house sit, pet sit, do handyman chores. And the reason for this? They've been doing them all their lives. Some domestic helpers are professional hairdressers and pedicurists, where these services are performed in the client's home. For social activities, domestic helpers accompany clients for an easy session of yoga, or maybe take them to the pool, play a game of bingo, etc. Young domestic helpers perform the labor that requires strength or endurance, or are professional nanny-manny to care for the children. You will meet one of our nanny-mannies in this video later on. They source professional trades, roofer, electrician, mover, for services we do not perform and oversee the work on behalf of the client. Caring with kindness brings community and relationships together by each helping the other. If you need help or need work, either part-time or full-time, and want your own hours, Caring with Kindness wants to hear from you. From my heart to yours. So now I'd like to introduce Lynwood, who is a domestic helper working with Caring with Kindness. Hello, Lynwood.
Hello, Debbie.
So could you please just explain a little bit about who you are and how you became a part of Caring with Kindness?
Okay, well, this had been unemployed for a while, and I'm in my early 60s, and I've done a whole pile of jobs over the years in various office settings and for various companies and not-for-profit organizations. And I still had a desire to be able to help people whenever I can. Having been a homeowner, anything from duplexes to acreages, I've got a wide range of home maintenance skills, and I thought this would be a good opportunity for me to bring those skills to bear to help other folks that don't have the energy or the ability to look after those sort of typical home maintenance issues on their own.
Excellent, excellent. And can you, so as far as caring with kindness goes, what have you done so far to date?
Well, I've got two areas of involvement with caring with kindness. One is I'm helping, because of my background in defining processes and stuff like that, I'm helping set up the business process to get the organization off the ground. But on the domestic helper side, I'm also, I've done, well, we had one client in particular where we did a bunch of yard work for. So I was involved with the mowing and the trimming and the pulling up yards and yards and yards of old landscape cloth and stuff like that, things that they just didn't have time to look after on their own.
Right. Okay. And what does it do for you? Like, how does it make you feel, like caring with kindness as a domestic helper?
Well, it's a good chance for me to get out and meet different people and to bring my skills to bear to help them out in their situation. So it gives me, it gets me out of the house, and it, I meet some interesting folks, and I get some physical exercise and do what needs to be done.
Awesome. And that's a really important part, is developing that relationship with others, and like you say, meeting other people. And it's a win-win situation, because they're getting the help and you're providing the support, but you're also caring with kindness, because that's who you are, right? So you're giving back as well as receiving, and that's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Excellent. So where do you see yourself going with caring and kindness?
Well, that depends on a few things. Since I started with caring with kindness, I did find some part-time employment, so my hours of my availability for caring with kindness have cut back a bit. But I've got a wide variety of skills to bring to bear with folks, and whether it's home maintenance tasks or
Business,
helping drive, taking to appointments, that sort of thing. I look at that role expanding.
Awesome. Yeah. And I think I believe that caring with kindness has the potential to really grow and expand Canada-wide, because there's so many people that are out there that have amazing skills but aren't employable because of certain reasons, and it's time that we realize, if we come together, we can do it. We can help each other, and it's time to help each other.
Well, that's part of the community building part of all this, that domestic helpers that have the skills and the energy and the ability to help others out can get involved with the organization, can help other folks in the community that aren't able to do those things for themselves, and the domestic helpers get paid for their time, and so it can help supplement whatever other income they have, depending on how much they want to get involved with.
Exactly. Yeah. And the beauty is you can create your own hours, right? Like if you only want to work part-time, then you create part-time hours. If you want to work full-time and give it all you got, then you can do that as well, which is awesome.
That depends mostly on our client loads and stuff like that. But the other thing is how much the clients need your particular set of skills. And so we're, as an organization, Caring with Kindness tries to match those clients and those needs with the skills of the caregivers that are available to them.
Exactly. Yeah, it's great. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to connect with all of you, and yeah, the sky isn't the limit. Think of the interview with Lynwood. Do you see that this man has so many skills and is full of knowledge and wisdom, and is at an age where he has retired, but he still has so much potential, and he has a purpose, and he loves to provide service. So what Caring with Kindness does is it takes people like Lynwood who are retired and gives them a sense of purpose, makes them feel needed, makes them feel like, you know, they still have a way of making a difference in our world. And I know from meeting Lynwood personally that he is an amazing, good-hearted man that just wants to give back and wants to, you know, make a little bit of money as well, because we all know when you reach seniors age, there isn't much funds there for a lot of them. So giving them a purpose, I mean, it could be anything from daycare to house cleaning to yard work to woodwork. Who knows? Like this, there's so many services that Caring with Kindness will look at to provide. So that is the end of that interview. And next we have Nick, and Nick is the service. He actually requested the service, and Lynwood was the one that provided the service to him. So let's hear what the experience was like for Nick having Lynwood do some services for him. I hope you enjoy. And do know that we will be doing more interviews. And thank you for watching, and stay tuned. It is my pleasure to introduce Nicky Tekken. He is a client for Caring with Kindness, and he's here today to share with me his experience with dealing with the organization Caring with Kindness. Hello, Nicky.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going good. So can you tell me a little bit about how you got involved with Caring with Kindness and the experience you had?
Definitely. So I attend this network meeting. It's once every 2 weeks or so. And in the reason why I do that is because I run a business. I run a business from home, and I'm an entrepreneur. And that means that I work not quite 24/7, but something like 18/7. So I work a lot. My wife works for the ferries. She works a lot too, has really odd hours and so on. And we have two beautiful little daughters that also need a little bit of attention. So getting chores done around the house, like cleaning and mowing and so on, has always been kind of difficult for us to fit into the schedule. So at one of these events, we were talking, and in comes Shauna, and she presents her business, and she's talking about how she is doing something for the community that I really like, something that I can truly get behind. Like she wants to get people like elderly people back out in the community, and helping other elderly people, and so on. And as she was talking, I was like, I really like this idea, and I know that the people from who are older than me, they have work ethics that's often different than some of the younger people that you run into. So as she was presenting this concept, and how she was targeting some of these elderly people, I raised my hand and said, "Hi, Shauna. My name is Nikki. Does your clientele need to be elderly people? Like, would you help someone young as me?" And she laughed and she said, "Of course she would." So a week or so later, Shauna came into my house and we discussed all of the needs, and I needed some yard work done, some weeding done, some cleaning done, and so on. And Shauna said, yes, we can do all of that stuff there. And I think it was 5 days later, pretty much everything was done. It was that easy. She arranged for a whole crew to come in, to do the cleaning, to do the mowing, to do the weeding, and all of that stuff there. And it was just really easy.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was awesome. So we're gonna have her come back and do some regular maintenance on the inside and the outside of the house. So I'm very much looking forward to that.
And can you tell me, Nikki, what you thought of the domestic helpers that came to help with all of that? Like, did you get to meet any of them or connect with any of them to see what their experiences with this new organization and the way that it's set up as far as relationship development?
Yeah. So it was this happened on a Tuesday, and Tuesdays are notoriously busy for us. But I did get a chance to meet with some of the helpers that particularly the ones that came inside the house. I had a little chat with them. Really nice people. They were more younger people, and then there were two outside. One of them took care of all of the pruning and hauling stuff away, and so on. And then there was Lynwood, and he's actually back out here now. And he did all of the mowing, and the with the weed eater and so on. And it was really interesting because I've met Lynwood before, and he was I actually met him at this network meeting. So it was kind of nice to reconnect with him as well. And yeah.
Well, and the thing that I think is amazing about this organization is it's taking people that have kind of not lost their purpose, but they're employable. They have amazing skills, but yet they're either retired and they're having a hard time finding a job.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's a win-win situation because it's someone who needs the services, like you, that works hard, that has a busy life schedule, or it could be someone who is disabled or unable to do things on their own, and you connect the two, and it's giving and receiving, and it's creating a relationship between two people that is a win-win situation. And I love that, because it is all about compassion and understanding and caring and helping each other, right?
And like you're absolutely right, Debbie. When I was talking to some of the domestic helpers that were in here, they were just happy to be there, and you know what, they did a fantastic job. It was great. That aspect was great, but also as a client, it's not often that you can call up one company and then you say, well, I need this and this and this and this, like all unrelated things. I need all of that stuff done, and it's just taken care of. But Shauna is the person who can arrange for all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So that was amazing.
Yeah.
That was great. I really enjoyed that part of it.
And you know, Shauna's an amazing person. She's a visionary, and I can see this organization going worldwide.
Yeah, definitely. It's got a good purpose. And one of the things I was talking to Shauna about is that, you know, like a lot of people, a lot of retired people. My dad just retired, for instance, and
Yeah.
my dad has worked since he was 16. He is 68 now. Just sorry, I had to think for a second here. He's
Yeah.
68 now, and he retired. So you think that he would be back home in the chair, legs up, and just enjoying life? But you know,
Yeah.
that's not enjoying life. You want to stay busy. So he's in Denmark. So he's volunteering at a nursery, like a plant nursery,
Yeah.
and just doing some stuff there. And over here in Canada, I see a lot of seniors. They're out there, but they're working at Tim Hortons, which is really stressful, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't you just like sign up with an organization like Caring with Kindness, where you
Yeah.
can go and maybe do some gardening, and you don't have to do it from 2 in the morning and so on. Like it's for me, it
Yeah.
just seems like the obvious choice,
Yeah.
and you get
It,
to do
like,
some good in the world, right?
exactly. And like you say, like Tim Hortons, that is a hard job for someone. But yeah, I think it's just all good. It's
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, it
And
is.
I would definitely like to see Shauna be able to take this nationwide, North American wide, worldwide. I think it's a great concept.
Yeah.
And
Well,
like if
I know I'm gonna help her do that with the group. And I know
yeah,
there's so many people in my group
yeah,
that are looking for a purpose,
yeah,
that, you know, are starting to feel empowered because they realize that they are beautiful and born with powers and to use their beautiful mind, right?
yeah.
And I mean, let's face it, someone with a little bit of OCD, imagine the cleaning job they could do.
I'll have them clean my house any day of the week. Yeah. I don't suffer from that, so
Yeah, but
so
you know what I mean, right? Like we all have gifts. Let's use them to our abilities, and
definitely,
you know,
yeah,
it's time to help each other. So,
yeah,
okay, well, I will. It's 10 o'clock, so I'm gonna let you go. Thank you so much for sharing your experience of caring with kindness, and yeah, it's great, and I think I'll be using the services myself one of these days. So,
yeah. It's great. I highly recommend them. That's for
okay,
sure.
thank you, Nikki. Have a fabulous day. Okay.
Thank you, Debbie. You as well.
Okay.